Alright, budget magic time. Playing some Nevermore in Modern. And we'll keep this. This looks pretty good. Double Spreading Seas for some mana screw value. Detention Sphere and Day of Judgment for removal. And Intervention for something. Well, Island Goo. Oh man, let's be against Tron. Double Spreading Seas seems so good against Tron. Windswept Teeth. And opponent passes. Well, play the Temple. Since our opponent didn't crack the fetch land, we can't actually... I think we keep Island. We can't actually Spreading Seas yet. Boggles? Could this be Boggles? Oh man, Gideon's Intervention would be hilariously awesome against Boggles. So good. Oh, Sacred Foundry. Huh. Okay. Planes for our opponent. And Blood Moon. Well, in that case... Man, that cuts off a lot of our white cards at the moment. Let's Spreading Seas the Sacred Foundry. Play Glacial Fortress, pass the turn. Opponent plays a tap land, passes. Spreading Seas the Red Source. Play Temple, pass the turn. Well, we're going to have a hard time doing anything unless we draw a Plains. Pass the turn. We have a somewhat reasonable amount of Plains in our deck. Now, let's take a look at our opponent's hand. Oh my god. If they draw red mana, Chandra or any mana, Gideon, Hiri, Anger, Johnny, holy planeswalkers. White mana? Ugh. Pass the turn. Opponent draws the land, which means we're probably dead. Plays a Nahiri. Exiles a Spreading Seas. Yeah, I mean... We're just locked, not drawing planes. And opponent draws another land, which is especially problematic since we actually have planes. We have 5, so it's not like we're super skimpy. Opponent loots, takes up Chandra. I think we're basically to scoop time. Yeah, opponent has a million planeswalkers. So much so that, yep, alright. We're not going to start discarding the hand size so our opponent can see our hand. Interesting. Well, bring in negates, bring in disenchants, go down condemns and paths. Actually, we might keep the paths, go down journey to nowhere. We actually have a lot of not great cards in this matchup. Go down sphere of safeties. It's probably something like this. We just gotta hope we actually draw one of our planes or counter the Blood Moon. Alright, we get to play first. Yeah, I mean, we got a mulligan. We have mana, but this hand does nothing. Alright, let's grind to a land, please. Well, Ghost Quarter is a land. Play an island, pass the turn. This hand's still not good. Well, let's peek. Chalice. Oh, man, our opponent's hand's not good. Chalice. Sudden Shock. Plains. Rugged Prairie. Windswept Teeth. Alright. We draw our Ghost Quarter. Scries to the bottom. Well, play the Ghost Quarter. And let's Spreading Seas. Oh boy, not a land. Plains for our opponent. Chalice on 1's not very good. Chalice on 1. Land? Alright, it's a land. So let's Spreading Seas. Draw a card. Temple. Ooh. Alright, we'll keep Plains. And now it's time to start locking our opponent. Windswept Teeth. Alright, we gotta actually think about this. What is the most important things to name against this deck? They have a million planeswalkers. Well, I think number 1 is Nahiri. So Gideon's Intervention on Nahiri the Harbinger. Pass the turn. So we can shut down attacking planeswalkers with Sphere of Safety. So we want to shut down non-attacking planeswalkers. Like Chandra? Torch of Defiance. We would still rather not get Blood Mooned. Opponent cracks. Gets a tap land. Cracks. Sacred Foundry tapped. We can't play our Telepathy, unfortunately. Opponent has a Batter's Skull. Well, hopefully we just draw land. Well, it's a tap land. Play Temple. Definitely, well, Detention Sphere is a good answer. I think we're going to keep Detention Sphere. It's further away from lands. What's our next name? I don't think they can burn us out. Probably Oblivion Ring. So, name Oblivion Ring, which could get rid of our enchantments. Opponent plays a scry land. Gets in with Batter Skull. Scries to the bottom. Prison versus prison. So we get to use Fear of Safety, which is going to make it super expensive for our opponent to attack. 6 mana. So they can attack, but they're going to have to dump all their mana into attacking. Plays a land. Gets in with the Batter Skull. We're going to have an interesting turn here. Oh, opponent's not going to attack. Opponent just passes. Interesting. Ooh, Disenchant's actually sweet. So let's lead on Disenchant. On the Chalice. Play Telepathy. Opponent doesn't have much going on at all. Pass the turn. Opponent has a Johnny Vengeance, which is annoying, but we can Detention Sphere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll be 8 mana to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our opponent will be able to attack. There's a Johnny. Taps down one of our lands. We would like to draw one more land. So Detention Sphere, the Johnny. Telepathy is actually pretty nice here to be able to see what our opponent draws. Another land. Plays the land. Gets in with the Germ. We might have to just path it. Wow, I don't know why our opponent's not attacking. There's a land. Alright, we gotta wait. We need one more land. And then we can win with Aetherling. Chalice of the Void. Wonder what our opponent will cast it for. If they do. Goes attacking. I think we path now, because it's a triple time walk. Double time walk. Yeah, so path the Germ. I guess they can use the Spirit Guide to just make it a double time walk. Hopefully we just draw an untapped land. Any untapped land. Well, it's a tap land. It's still a land, though. Spreading Seas to the bottom for now. And we'll just pass. Next turn we can get down our Aetherling. Opponent gets another Chalice. I'm surprised they didn't bounce their Batter Skull. Chalice X1. Chalice X2. Sure. Well, play Glacial Fortress. Actually, let's just leave up our basics. Play Aetherling. Pass the turn. Opponent picks up the Batter Skull. Draws Nahiri. Can't be cast. Yep, replays Batter Skull. We can't cast Path anymore. Well, let's start beating down. Aetherling can't be blocked. Go attacking. And now we can pump it. We just have to make sure we don't get it in sudden shock range. So hit our opponent for 6. And blink the Aetherling. Man, this is just like standard from a few years ago. Get back our Aetherling. Opponent draws a land. So now we can just block Batter Skull, blink Aetherling to fizzle the life gain, and we can close out this game pretty quick, just hitting for 6 each turn. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work for our opponent. There's the attack. So we block with Aetherling. Blink it. Take 0. Aetherling comes back. I think this is going to do it. Detention Sphere. I don't even think we want to cast it yet. Let's just make Aetherling unblockable. Pump it. Pump it. Get in for 6. Put our opponent down to 10. So 2 turns away from winning. Blink it. Or flicker it, technically. Pass the turn. Opponent, another Nahiri. Not casting that one. I think we got him. Play the plains. Make Aetherling unblockable. Same ol', same ol'. Pump it. Pump it. Get in. 4/6. Opponent's down to 4. Flicker it out. And I don't even know what our opponent can draw. Honestly. We will know. Oh, good God. Blessed Alliance is it buys our opponent a turn, or 2 turns actually. It doesn't kill the Aetherling, because we can flicker it out, but it is super annoying. Opponent passes. Oh, never mind. I made it easy. Nevermore. On Blessed Alliance. And now we just win. Make it so it can't be blocked. And we don't even have to pump this time. Just attack and... Out-prisoned the prison. Oh, we got him. Nice blood moons. We got ya. Oh, so sweet. Yeah? So I'm thinking we might want more sphere of safeties, like another sphere of safety and less ghostly prisons. Because if our opponent's going to be attacking us, they're not going wide. It's going to be with one big creature. Alright, I guess we can try this. Not insane. Play the planes. Pass the turn. But we have some good stuff. We have some good answers. Might be good enough. We won't get super wrecked by Blood Moon. Chalice on 1. Not super relevant. Planes go. We are going to want to draw more lands. That much is true. There's the Blood Moon. Yep. Well, we can get rid of that at some point if we need to. Let's Glacial Fortress and start with Nevermore on Nahiri. Pass the turn. Opponent finds a land. And passes. Well, Glacial Fortress. Gideon's Intervention. On Chandra Torch of Defiance. Pretty much going with the same setup as last time. The only downside is we don't have a very fast clock. There's an island, though. And let's just Sphere of Safety. Pass the turn. Man, are we really just going to out-prison our opponent's prison deck? Helix is our face, down to 17. Yeah, they need a lot of burn to kill us. Opponent passes. We draw Ghost Quarter. Well, play Ghost Quarter. Play Ghostly Prison. Attacking's pretty much off the table at this point. And we have 2 answers to threats in hand. We just love to find something to let us close out this game quicker. Play the planes. Pass the turn. I don't think we want to just cycle Cast Out. It has so much value. Getting a Planeswalker, a Batterskull. Another Blood Moon. Yep, we're living with Blood Moons. Glacial Fortress, go. Opponent finds a tap land. Well, I guess this is the time to go for it. Play Elspeth. Take up Elspeth. Hope our opponent can't somehow kill Elspeth. If not, Elspeth is just going to win us this game. Tap land. Alright, Big Gideon. Big Gideon is not going to do it here. Takes up Big Gideon. Actually, let's think about this. Let's cast a Cast Out. Get rid of the Gideon. Take up Elspeth. Get in with our soldiers. And then I think we're just going to Spreading Seas ourselves. And play another Ghostly Prison. Pass the turn. Wow, I think we're out-prisoning the prison. I think we did it. Batterskull, sure. That's a thing that dies to Detention Sphere. Or just Path. Let's take up, make tokens. And I think we're just going to pass. Our opponent can't attack. And we can Ultimate Elspeth. Ajani, sure. Takes down. Alright, trying to keep Elspeth from going Ultimate. Makes sense. Well, let's Spreading Seas ourselves again. Detention Sphere. Get rid of the Batterskull. And then we... 1, 2... Let's send 3 to Johnny to make absolute sure. Yeah. In case they had, like, double bolt. Well, I guess they can't have double bolt, but just to make absolutely sure that it's dead. So, a Johnny off the table. Opponent's down to 17. We will keep making soldiers, passing the turn. Opponent has a land. How does our opponent get back in this? We draw another Cast Out. Well, keep taking up Elspeth. Keep attacking with our soldiers. Did we find the budget prison deck? Opponent's got something. Alright, yep. Blessed Alliance a token. Gain a couple life. And our opponent's staying alive, just barely. We have a handful of good stuff. Even a Wrath isn't especially scary here. Chalice on 2. Yep. Can always exile the Chalices if we need to, but we don't really need to. Take up Elspeth. Attack with everything. And did we out-prison the prison deck? Woohoo! We got there! Nevermore! Says our deck to White Red Prison. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Sweet.
Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, take a minute and click that subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you'll find the next video in the playlist right here.